Welcome, guys, to the TOF Ricochet tournament. Today we have Shame versus Advice again on Sandal map from yesterday. And as we speak, alongside with me, I have Defeat.
Hello and welcome, guys. Again, I'm here, another stream. So yeah, thanks for joining us again from the first stream. If you watched that, and now this is going to be another interesting game, and we've already started, as you can see. Shame versus Advice. This is going to be another interesting TOF Rico format.
Yep, and the last live stream you've seen, Advice also play in the DS tournament, and luckily Penguins were able to get a good 3-0 victory. So let's see if Advice can continue the winning streak and get another victory here.
Yeah, I believe this is going to be another interesting game because Shame is also experienced with Rico, and he's been in some good clans like Infernal before, and against Advice, who we all know is such an experienced player with so many pains. We should be in a very good game.
Yep, and Rico is also a very interesting turret. It has long range and it is, well, both the players are actually using the minus field stabilization, which makes your Rico shot go for a longer distance. And as we know, Rico has the ability to bounce off walls, so, well, that's gonna do a big, like even like higher than Hammer. So they will be able to hit their enemies like even without being in range of them.
Yeah, for sure. Because meanwhile, Shame was able to cap his first flag, so we've already seen the first flag captured. And Shame right now is trying to just run away from that with the DP and Nitro. And Advice trying to chase him because he has the full supplies, but Shame does a very good job trying to run all the way back to his base. Now Advice has to somehow get it to his base. Shim gets a weird spawn, man. What do you think? Can he get there in time?
Yeah, he can. He is on the correct side of the flag spawn, but Advice is already there. Shane has to take a turn around, but yeah, Advice was able to get there quicker.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He Shim did use the nitro just as he spawned, so he went full speed, but basically he's able to kill Advice right there, and gets his another capture in. So that's still a lead for 2-1, and does the right move by selfing right after capturing.
Yep. Well, till now, there's only been direct like face-to-face face-offs. There's none of the players have been using the wall, so I'm really interested to see how the players are able to use the dynamics of the maps to get good hits of their targets.
Yeah, if you noticed, Advice got some really nice shots off on Shame before he even realized. But both players have right here have used the repair, so it's going to be interesting to see who dies first. Shim very low on HP right there, and Advice is able to kill him and will get his second cap in.
Yep, Advice will be capping this one and making it equal.
Ooh, I thought he's gonna self right there, but instead he just places a mine and does not go for the self. He gives Shame a little bit of damage, who's gonna try to pull right through the center. Advice gets a weird spawn, and that looks like a cap for Shame right there.
Although Advice was in a position where he could have ran to get the flag, as the flag was also on the same side that Advice had spawned, but Shame knew that there was no one going to be interrupting him, so he just went straight down middle.
Yeah, and good job by Shame not letting Advice pick up the flag. He kills them. He makes Advice miss one shot, I believe, and then that was right. That was pretty much enough for him um, to kill Advice before he pulls the flag.
Yep, but Advice will be able to take the first aid now, getting him the upper hand without using the first aid. But again, he didn't use his first aid. He just
Wow,
took the defeat.
that was weird that he wasn't able to use the heal. But now Shim's pulling right through the center. Advice with the DP, and Shim takes him out. Oh my god.
And Shame here is gonna go for the self destruct. Five
Shim
minutes
actually,
in,
yeah.
5 minutes
I was
in,
just
and the score is 4-2 in the favor of Shame. Penguins' Advice had just come from a good crushing victory on Silvers in a 3-0. If you had seen the last live stream, he could. Well, I would assume yes that he would be able to try and get the second win of today, but not looking too much into his favor. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Shame is playing really well right now. I'm actually very surprised because I thought this would be a very landslide victory for Advice, but looking at how Shame has been playing the first few minutes, Advice he does step on Advice's mind right there, but Advice also self, so it's pretty much each player now is going to take each other's flag again. It's a standoff continues.
Yep. And well, Advice has taken the first. He got the double power from the drop. He did see double armor, but he didn't go for it. He's going for a rather bit more aggressive push. Advice, even though his power is going to run out, he is going to get another one. Shame has used his first aid now, so he's not going to have a double power. So he is low on the lower side in this face off.
Yeah, Advice just chasing Shame right there, and then his DP runs out at the worst time, and Shame with playing it so smartly, the timing game, and again gets the fifth capture already. And with 3 minutes left, it's going to be very hard for Advice to make a comeback out of this.
Yep, 3 minutes and three flags. Let's see if Advice can play the number of games and do it. Shame trying to get some Rico shots off the wall, but Advice nullifying his attempts by getting the first aid. First aid is also there, dropped on the red team, but no one's going to go for it.
Let's see if Shame can take Advice out right there, and he does. So he gets the return in, and he's going to try to go right through the center, and depending on Advice's spawn, wow. Oh, Shame chooses the wrong way, man.
Oh,
Oh,
it
Advice
might
flips!
not be. Oh
What?
no, that's a bummer. Maybe
Oh my
Advice is
god.
burned from the last match.
What was that? He just flipped by himself. That was funny, but I mean, that basically seals the round for Shame in my opinion, because 2.5 minutes left and 4 flag difference. I think Advice just realizes that now.
Yep, I
You,
don't think there's any more changes that can happen in this match. It looks like Shame is going to be a clear winner here.
I don't know how Advice flipped right there. It was probably like a misclick or like he wasn't able to move the keyboard or whatever. That was a very strange and weird miss
I
right there.
mean, in his defense, you could say that he just came back from the DS victory, so you could say he's tired, he's, you know, burned some energy there. So, yeah, you could say that he's not in his top form. He's not fresh out right now. Shame, on the other hand, did not have anything to worry about. He is just playing this one match right here, so he should be in full energy. So, yeah, that could be the thing leading him to victory at the moment.
Yeah, I mean that's one possible thing that could happen, but like he has a lot of time, so this round is definitely for Shame because he captures the seventh flag right there. But Advice will have 3 more rounds to actually make a comeback out of this, and we all know how experienced a player he is, so it's definitely possible.
And Wise gets stuck on the little edge of that wall, costing him a lot of his time. Now, Shane was able to go get the flag. Now he's gonna try and run out of there. He did not. I see what Shane is doing in the 1v1 face-offs. He's trying to save his first aid at the very last second because when you use this alteration, I think your fire rate is slowed down, so that gives Shame a bigger window to use his first aid. And when he's using his first aid at the very slither of his health, that is risky at the same time, but you also get a good value out of it if you can pull it off right.
Wow, right there though, Shame with the DP, he just takes out Advice because while driving back, he got stuck at the wall. And that results into a total domination effort from Shame right there. 8-2 the score line for the first round. And wow, this has been a complete domination. And maybe he can get the last cap in because he's 10 seconds, he'll go through the center. So maybe he'll get one more last cap.
Yep, it really did not look good for Advice this round.
9-2 first round. Wow, what a complete domination. I mean, Advice has a chance to come back, and we'll see how that goes. But for now, we'll probably be moving to question number one for this stream. So yeah, that should be on your screens right now. And the question is, which how many skins are in the game? I mean, what do you think? Isn't that a straightforward question?
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty simple numbers question. You just need to you don't even need to look in the garage. You know, there is more places you could look at. You just, by the way, guys, just to clear it up, this consists of every single skin of every single turret in hull.
Yeah. So please use
And
the special form link. uh, I was just gonna say, please use the special form link in the chat right now, and don't answer anything in the chat. If you're lucky, you'll be chosen as one of the winners.
yep, and this for this, I believe you will be receiving 3 days of premium each.
Yeah, so some great rewards if you get the correct answer. So yeah, what do you think Dage can advise to come back out of this? And I mean, he probably is tired, but I mean, what can he do now to make a comeback out of this game?
I definitely believe that Advice can pull this back because, as we know, he goes with a great caliber. He is a great player. He just came from a good victory. That might be his lacking part that he's not fresh, but first round down, he's just getting the feel of the match. He's getting how used to the how Shame is playing. So I guess second round he's going to start building his strengths and try to decrease the number of flag that he gave up that round.
Yeah, I agree. And this is our first stream for TOF Solo Ricochet in this year's format. What do you think about Ricochet and the dynamics that Ricochet brings?
I believe Ricochet is a really versatile gun, especially due to its well, high number of alterations. That's really great. It's a really good gun, and well, especially using it in a long range map with the nice minus field stabilization alteration. It's going to be really fun.
Yeah, so we'll be going back into the game now. Both players have served already. We're seeing both players trying to pull through the center. Advice has full drops, and he's obviously going to go for the aggression. Meanwhile, Shim is going to play the calculative game. He's back in his base almost. Neither player have used the medkit yet. Shim uses it first, but
Although Advice doesn't have a double power to get the kill, Shane was able to. Shane was waiting till he could, till the very last moment, till he would have to activate his double power. Now Advice could catch a sneaky shot and kill Shane, and he does.
nice.
That's really
Yeah,
good. Nice spawn timing, and he didn't let Shane get the capture. That's great.
yeah, because Advice had the lucky spawn right in the center, and what he did was just waited while Shim crosses, and he just was able to get those two shots off with the DP, and that results in his first capture of this game. So already we can see him playing much better than the first round.
Yep, and now Advice has taken the lead. The score is now 1-0 to Advice.
Shim ignores the DA on his base and he just decides to use his own. Advice gets some really good shots off on Shim, man. That's like 0 HP, and that's very well done by Advice without, does not even let him use his repair.
Yeah, Shin just gave up. He was like, "Yeah, I think it's time to just die and respawn and try to get the best out of there." Now, Advice will be able to get a clean capture right there. He just runs straight down the middle. Shane wasn't able to do anything as he did not have any supplies.
Yeah, but now I think that's definitely a straight cap for him, a free cap right through the center. He'll be able to capture because he killed Advice, and that means the score's 2-1 with only 2.5 minutes gone. There's a lot of action still to be happening in this round alone, so we'll see how both players play this. Oh, nice
Yep.
shot by Advice right there. He at least gets one shot off, so everything helps. And Shame is out of drops, and his supplies are probably on cooldown right now. So Advice probably has to just go for the aggression right here.
Yeah, well, let's talk a bit of numbers here. Of Viking, his if you hit if you hit a Viking with a Ricochet's shot with double power, it's 1/5 of your health. So if Advice or Shame gets one hit on using double power, when the other person is not having double armor, they are getting a big amount of health down. So even getting just a one shot is a big damage.
Yeah, I agree. Shame played that part so beautifully, man. He just like kills Advice with waited for Advice to run out of drops, and that's when he just took advantage and killed him and gets that capture and ties the score at 2-2.
Yep, Shame also was able to kill Advice right there again, the second time in the same spawn.
And then he just knew how much damage, how much HP Advice had left, and just kills him perfect timing.
Yep, Shane was again able to get a good aggressive push there. He went for the double armor. He used his double power. None of the players had their double power armor, so they were able to get each other's health down quickly. But Shane playing the good timing game, he was able to get the double armor and get the victory in that face off.
Yeah, I don't know what happened right there with Shame. Why he wasn't able to pick up that repair though. But meanwhile, Advice kills Shame, and he has his repair, I believe. And there's a free repair in the center of the map. So this looks like a definite capture, unless Shame can just catch him off guard. Oh, Advice does not have a DP. He does. He uses his now. Wow,
But
that's a
Shane,
return for Shame.
yep, he gets the kill, and now it looks like it's going to be a good free way for Shame to go. Advice does get somewhat of a good spawn, but he's not going to be able to do much as he does not have his supplies on.
Shame
Well,
gets the third capture and is back in the lead again. Man, this is such a back and forth game, this one.
yep. Well, at the start we saw Advice getting the good lead by one flag, and he was up 2-1. Now Shame is up to 3-2 in his favor. That's great.
The,
Now it looks like Advice should be able to get this capture.
I don't think so, honestly, because he's out of his DA. But he picks up that DA. But still, Shame might still has his own repair. He uses it now and he places a mine. And see, he gets the return in.
Brilliantly played by Shame. He was also able to use his first aid, and while he used his first aid, Advice wasn't able to get a shot off, so his repair gave him a lot more HP than it should have.
Wow, that's a cap for Shame right there, man. He's just playing this timing game so well. He just knows when to self, and now he's just gonna self. Wow.
Well, Shame is definitely playing the good timing game. Advice is gonna run to the base, get the double armor, and he might be able to win this face off as Advice has full supplies, Shame doesn't.
Yeah, Shame is gonna use his repair right there, and so is the advice. But so yeah, that's definitely a free cap for him right there. Um, but that does still mean that he has to. There's 3.5 minutes left, so and he's still down a flag, which is not that much considering still a 1v1. So we'll see how there's a repair in the center of the map right there. So interesting who takes that.
The score gap has reduced by one. Now it's Shame is only above by one flag. Now there,
Oh,
Advice will be able to get. Oh, he does get a good spawn, but not sure if he's going to get much out of it, as Shame has a first aid in his favor.
oh, he gets taken out. I don't know. Advice should have like tried to scamp a little there, in my opinion. But well, Shame just played that so well.
Yeah, well, either I think what Advice should have done is gone directly for the flag, but he tried to contest it, and I think that's where he lost it.
So yeah, 2.5 minutes left, and he's down two flags. What do you think? Is there a chance for comeback still, or what?
I would definitely say yes. I mean, the by the caliber of player that Advice is, I would definitely want to say yes, and I would hope so because I do really expect this to be a really nice and big game. But well, seeing what the reality is, it does not look so good for Advice.
I mean, Shame has just been outplaying him honestly at this point because he played brilliantly in the first round, and even being down by two flags in the first few minutes, he's made a very strong comeback, and he's up right now by two flags.
Yep, that's really good plays by him. He was also able to get in the last face off. He was able to get a good repair and get himself to full health.
Do you think Advice can cap right here? He's got double drops, and Shame just steps on Advice's mine, so I think that's definitely a cap for Advice.
Yep, that might probably give Advice a capture right there.
So a minute and a half left, and I thought Advice should have selfed instead of using the DA, but man, Shame just again steps on Advice's mind, so that's also very nicely done by Advice.
First aid also dropping. Shame could probably use it if, well, yeah, he's definitely gonna get to it now. But there's also one first aid on the bridge side, but that's quite of a itchy place to go to. But saying that, Shame is gone there. He's trying to get a bit of an aggression pull on Advice.
So Shame does not have a DP, Advice has the DP, and he gets some great shots off, man. That looks like a return, maybe? No.
Yep, using that wall to his advantage, he was able to do good damage. Well, he was Shim was in the open. He could have gone to get the flag capture, but
Yeah,
he
now he gets such a bad spawn. He was just probably hoping for the correct spawn, maybe. But he gets a bad spawn. But either way, he goes for the flag. And Advice lets it for auto return instead of like returning the flag, which is very smart. So 25 seconds left. Man, that's going to be so close when the flag returns and who's sitting on top of it.
I think Shame's gonna win this. Yep, he's won the fight now. He might just be able to get one more flag in his favor, although that does not change much of the out of the round. It's still going to be Shame who's going to win this round.
Wow. What a great plays by Shame right there. He's wins it 6-4. Comprehensive win in my opinion. It was close for a few minutes, but Shame just playing it very well up till now.
Well, it really does say that. Also, by the way, guys, the winners for the first question should will be picked on your screen right now.
Yeah, we'll be picking the winners for the first question, and we'll be moving on to question number two pretty. So the answer I believe was 31 to the question number one. So if you answered that correctly, how many skins are in the game? It's actually 31 skins. So let's see who's the winner.
Well, that by the way, guys, that was all the skin, including the Prime Legacy as well as the XDs.
So yeah, the three winners are Amerbrad, Creativity, Exorthus. Congrats, guys. Um, you'll be expecting your rewards in your forum PM very soon.
Now, the second question will also be on your screen. Let's see. The second question is:
What
what
was
was
the
the
last?
last
Okay, go
XD
ahead.
skin released in the game?
Interesting. Do you know the
I
answer for this?
believe. Yeah, I believe I am quite sure. It is one of my personal favorites. It is like my top three favorite XD skins, and I would be pleased if I had it in my garage, but sadly I don't. It is one of my personal favorite. It's my bad. It's one of my personal favorite equipment. So yeah, let's see if people are able to get this one right.
Yeah, some people. Uh, let's see, because this is in my opinion, it's a difficult question because I don't know, but maybe people are playing and know this answer, so we'll see. Yeah, coming back to the game, the match is actually started. Round number three. Shame winning up till now with 2-0, and Advice has to make the most of it. Even a draw would mean a win for Shame.
Yep, anything Advice has to do, he has to do it now. Not just anything, he has to get a victory out of this round in order to get his the judgment round, the fourth round.
Shame right there can return because Advice, nice job by Shame getting all those bounce shots that you guys noticed. And first cap for him within less than a minute in the game.
Yep, that's what happens. That's the beauty of Ricochet, that even though you don't see your enemy, well, even from like a very like distinctive even though there's many layers of buildings or walls in front of you, you can still hit your enemy. Just you need to look for the opportunity, and in due to Tanki's good mechanics, the ricochet shot will all like directly go to the enemy by itself.
Right there, DP Advice, but his DA is running out as well. So who do you think can get the return?
I think
Not so close.
Advice gets good shots, but oh no,
But
Shane was able to use his
wow,
first aid. Now he's going to go away with that. He also gets his nitro, so he's going to run as quickly as he can. But Advice is also coming down the middle. Who will also get his first double power out. Yep, he does,
oh,
and
can Advice
might be.
return? He does.
Yes, he does. And now I think it's going to be a good, easy capture for Advice. He goes for the good, easy route. He's going directly towards the direction of his base. does get stuck, but that's no problem. He's still going to be able to get a capture.
That was brilliantly played from Advice. He uses his Nitro first, and then as soon as he's close, by the time he reaches close to Shame, and he is able, his DP cooldown was out, so he was able to use the DP and just kill Shame right 1 or 2 seconds before Shame was about to cap. But right here, I think Shame can get the free cap in.
Yeah, Advice not getting a good spawn. He was spawned in the very corner, in the other corner from the enemy's flag. Now Shame has also self-destructed. He will be on the defensive now.
So yeah, Advice with the D and triple drops, and I think Shame would not be able to capture, help right here, and this should be a capture for Advice, and score should be 2-2. Advice staying in the center, trying to give Shame as much damage as possible, but he'll still go ahead and get the cap before his drops run out.
Shane was also staying back, knew that Advice was there, that he would be giving him a hard time. Also, Shane did a good thing, but he went back at the moment of using his first stage so he would not be interrupted and he would be able to get full health. But he had to disengage in the middle. He knew that even though if he won the fight, it would not be a good thing for him. So he just disengaged, went to self destruct, and now he's won the second fight. He's gonna get the flag now.
Yeah, I think that looks like a free cap unless Advice can just use the DP. No, I believe that's a cap for Shame right there. And he'll be back in the lead again, 3-2.
Yep, Shame has now taken the lead by one flag again, while saying that Advice should be able to get another capture to equalize the score, but that's not what he needs to do. He needs to get in the lead. He needs to win this to actually move to the fourth round.
Ooh, Advice waits for the free repair right there, and I don't know if that's a good move because, yeah, he gets taken out. I think he should have just gone for the capture.
Yeah, he wasn't able to do much there, but Sheamus now is going to go up again another flag, so that's going to be a score of 4-2 in the favor of Shane.
All right. By the way, guys, we'll be redoing the winners for question number one. I believe there was a mistake, or the we'll be basically redoing those questions. So yeah, stick around for that, and we'll also be selecting question number two winners. And if this results into a tie or a loss, we'll also be doing question number three. So a lot of things upcoming after this end of this round.
Yep, if Shame wins, then I guess there will be three questions. Winners of three questions will be picked at the same time.
Yeah. Ooh, that was such a nice cap from Advice, but that also means that Shim gets another free cap. So score still 3-5. So Advice with 4.5 minutes left, he has to make moves and get at least 3 caps.
Shame trying to do his best to make Advice stay out of his place. He's now going to disengage and self-destruct, but Advice has triple supplies. He will also be able to do a great deal of damage to Shame if he tries to come in the way. Shame actually just goes to the side and tries to get as many double power shots as he can, and he does get next a lot of shots, and he has killed Advice.
Well, that means that maybe he can get yet another cap right there because he's full drops. Man, Shame has played this so well.
He's definitely playing the good supplies. His use of supplies is really good. He's disengaging from the comebacks really at the good times, and yeah, he's playing the right cards in the right way.
I'm pleasantly surprised. I thought this would be a very easy win for Advice, but the way Shame has played, he thoroughly deserves this win because he's just like outplayed him with the shots that he has made with the Rico, bouncing them off. So, I mean, congrats to him because about to win um, this round and probably advance in this tough solo Ricochet format.
It's definitely great to see that. Well, even good players like Advice, who are, as you see right now, he's from a good reputed Penguins clan. He is also wearing the star paint. It's not that good to see your heroes lose, but at the same time, it's also shows that having good pace does not mean you have skills.
Yeah, so believe this round is, even though there is 3 minutes left, but I don't see actually it happening unless just Shim just lags out, to be honest, because the way he's been playing up till now, he just thoroughly deserves it, the win. And
Yeah.
he advice gets taken out, and that's another cap for Shim. So that definitely seals the game for Shim.
Yep. 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes left, and Shame is up by 4 flags, and I don't think Advice has to get another 5 captures without letting Shame get a single one of them. I think he's gonna get one right here, but even then, he needs 4 more captures to get in the lead and be able to proceed to the fourth round.
Yeah, that's just too much to ask for because it's only 2 minutes left, and his drops will be on cooldown right about now. So that just means that it's probably unrealistic at this point.
Yep, Shame, although he was able to get a kill and he did use his first aid, so he's now full health and he's gonna run down the middle. Let's see where this advice spawn. Advice spawns in the good place where he would be favorable to get to the flag quickly, but Shame goes ahead of him and he positions himself in a nice way.
Yeah, brilliant drop control from Shame throughout this game, to be honest. Only round 2 was actually close because looking at round 1 and 3 right now, they've like played this so perfectly that Shame just has controlled all the drops. He's played the timing game very well, and he's just placed some very well mines, and he just like deserved. And the shots that he's made using the walls basically were so well done. So Advice might get the cap right, and oh, he doesn't. Shim picks up the flag, but he still might be able to get it. No, Shim it kills him and will get the return in.
Yeah, it must be so painful for Advice to watch that he came all the way to the flag, he got the flag returned, and in the end he just self-destructed? That's really painful for a person who just brought your enemy's flag all the way with such hard battle. Must be painful for him to see.
So yeah, very well done by Shame. He thoroughly deserves the win, like I've said, and he'll be moving on in this tough solo Ricochet format. So congrats to him. And after this, we'll be picking up, like I said, we'll be picking the winners again for question number one. We'll be picking winners for question number two, and then we'll be showing question number three and picking four winners for that question now.
And seeing by the number of players who were able to guess the question number two right, there's not too many. So for those people who did answer right, the by the way, the answer was striker. For those people who did answer right, there is a high chance for you to win, as there are not many people who did get it right. But at the same time, I did not look like a difficult question to me, but I guess the people over here got a little confused.
So the question number one winners, we've basically redone them and they should be on your screens right now.
Yep.
So
Followed by that will be for the winners of the
yeah,
question number two, and
so
then we'll
congrats
have the
to
question number three.
yeah, congrats to Jan, Smooth Criminal, and Developed. Jan and Smooth Criminal, my friends, by the way. So congrats to them. Uh, no, we'll be picking the question. We'll be picking the winners for question number two now. Like Dage just said, the correct answer was striker. So let's see who gets those right.
There on their screen, you'll be able to see the winners of the answer number two. Question number two, my bad.
Uh, Developed actually won it again, so we've re-chosen him. Dia, Indiana O2, and Roxy. Congrats to you guys as well for getting chosen as the right. And yeah, very well done, guys.
Now we'll have the question number three. The question number three is a classic guess the map, and the small picture of the map should be there on your screen. You need to answer the map through the Google form posted. The link to the Google form will be posted in the chat. Please answer through there only, not in the stream chat.
Yeah, for someone who's played esports, this is an esports map, so that's the only hint I'm gonna say. It's pretty straightforward if you've played esports, but even if you haven't, like, you should be able to guess this one. So please use the special form link, and no answers in the chats, and all the best. So yeah, Dage, just to recap, what do you think Shame did well that Advice didn't, and that led him to win that game?
Well, there was one particular thing that caught my eye, which was Shame using his repair kit at the very end of his life. That was really the moment where, that was the risk game, but that was the risk for reward kind of thing. Like, if you risk going down that health, you are, risking a death. But at the same time, if you do get your first aid at the very low, you will be rewarded, and you might. And he was rewarded. He was winning the face off.
Yeah, I agree, and especially the shots that he made, and by making them bounce off the walls, and basically those were really well done. So thoroughly deserved the win right there, and he's obviously going to advance. And I'm sure Advice moves on to the lower bracket, so he still has a chance to redeem himself in this format.
Yep, wouldn't want to see a good player out of the tournament already. So I believe this. I hope Advise the best of luck in the lower brackets, and I hope to see him again. And
So
for
I
what
believe,
goes for Shame, it was Shame, very well played. Loved your technique, very brilliant shots. Well done, winner for the match. Well, I would say, I from the gameplay itself, it did not look. It was clear that you should have won, and congratulations.
yeah, so I think we'll be choosing the winners, and just a quick update for other format, other streams, upcoming streams. Obviously, Domination Series is going to continue, so we'll be streaming a lot more of those games, First League and Second League clans as well. Um, Other streams also from TOF Solo, Hammer, Ricochet, and Thunder formats. Thunder and Hammer are both nearing towards the end. So yeah, those streams are also going to be upcoming, and it'll be very interesting to see these final few games for these solo formats, as well as Domination Series group stages, which are about to commence for second lead.
Yep, and I believe the winners of the third question will be picked anytime now.
Yeah, we'll be closing the special form pretty soon, so please get in your answers if you haven't already. And yeah, subscribe to our channel if you don't want to miss on any of the upcoming streams, guys.
Yep, not just the streams. You also get to see great players, as we saw. Advice really from a good background, Penguins, and also now Shame was also not from such a familiar place, but he was able to still win victory over them. So you do learn a lot, as we saw that risk for reward, first aid, getting the good Rico shots from the bouncy places and stuff like that. So not just the enjoyment that you get, but you also get to learn along the way. Over that, you also get to play the question and answers, and even there you can win a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, so yeah, we've picked the four winners for question number three. Only Girls, Danny, Guala, Gula, I don't know, PSC and Alsaban. So yeah, congrats guys. Indiana O2 was actually picked again, but he already was selected in question number 2, so we can't let him win twice. So yeah, well, congrats to all the winners, and please expect your rewards in the forum PM from our admin in I believe 24 to 48 hours.
Yep. So that has been it for today in the TOF Ricochet. Thank you guys for joining in. Thank you, Defeat, for being alongside me on this great, well, very nice match, I would say. Well, and thank you, our broadcaster, Devin.
Yeah, thanks guys, and we'll see you in the future streams.